when he was just a little whippersnapper.
Really?
He was like, "Let me in, please." I said, "I don't know. You got to talk to Mike Fromwitz. Mike, who's that guy that keeps stalking us? You got to talk to that guy over there. He's harassing me or something."
Well,
No.
you joke about it,
No, but-
and you guys did let me in before other organizations. We won't mention them right now.
Yes, we won't mention them, but they're right there, Ryan and Prescott. It's not your fault,
brother.
it's their fault.
Right.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
Another regime.
Yes, another regime. But you know what? It's great to see your growth, and you've come a long way, and I'm really happy for your success.
This is not about me, Scott. We're not going to make
I'm
this
just,
about me. This
I'm
is
just
the
setting it-
final
just teeing it up for
interview.
you.
This is the final interview at the final Strikeforce event. I am honored to have this this opportunity. We're essentially an hour removed from the event.
Yes.
You were in the cage.
Yep.
Was that planned, by the way, or was that
No,
impromptu?
that was David Dinkins going, "Get Coker." I'm like, shoot, I really don't want to say anything.
You're not
it's-
much of a public speaker.
No, it's not even that. It's just that it's. I'm just trying to absorb it all, right? And it was a great moment, and it's something I'll anchor in my memories, and I'm ready to move on.
It seemed like you got a little emotional. Accurate?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's an emotional time.
What was the night like for you? Were you able to celebrate? Were you able to reflect? Were you able to take it all in, or was it mixed? What was it like?
It was a little bit surreal. It was like slow motion, but I was out there twittering away, and just trying to keep my eye on the game, the Niner game. Go Niners. And so it was a great night. I mean, I'm so glad I had a lot of friends and family around, and it was a little bit surreal. It's like a dream sequence almost. But it's been a martial arts journey for the last 27 years, and the journey is going to continue. Believe me. So it's just in a different format. That's all.
For Scott Coker?
Yes, of course.
That was a very vague tease right there.
Well,
what does
I
that
have
mean?
an employment agreement with UFC, which I tend to honor, and I know they tend to honor, and I think that I have some good skill set in the promotion business. But since we agreed to sell the company to UFC, I got back to training in martial arts and doing, spending time for myself and getting back in shape and taking some martial arts exams and really becoming a student again, which was, for me, it was priceless. And there's something to be said about when you own something. If you're the founder of something and you own something, well, you know what? That something owns you as well. And we were going 100 miles an hour, and it was a very, very fast-paced, lifestyle that, now it's time to take not a little break, but just to ramp it down just a little bit.
You mentioned this agreement with Zuffa. How long is it for?
I really can't answer that. Those are private contract questions, but we have an agreement, and they've owned the company for 18 months or almost 2 years now, actually, and they've been very good to me. And everything Lorenzo said he was going to do, he did it. He's a true man of his word, and I appreciate that.
The last time we saw something like this happen, it was WC closing its doors. Their face, their promoter, their former owner was Reed Harris. He works in Zuffa. I mean, he's there every day. He's doing a lot of stuff. Will you do that kind of thing for Zuffa, or do you think you'll be more kind of behind the scenes, off to the side?
Well, the roles and responsibilities is something we haven't really talked about, because this fight, and being the last fight, it all came down all of a sudden, really. It wasn't something that was planned for months and months and months, like people think. So that's something I'm going to go to Vegas in a couple of weeks and talk to them about the roles and responsibilities, and then we'll move forward from there.
When you look at what happened here tonight, particularly in the main event, is it almost fitting, and let's say the co-main event as well, two former Strikeforce challengers, challengers alums, and let's talk about the main event now. Tarek Saffiedine, guy who lost to Tyron Woodley, right, all that, beats a UFC veteran, a UFC title contender in the main event to close the door for the little train that could.
Right.
It's fitting, right?
I didn't even look at it that way, and the way I looked at it is like, to me, I felt the Strikeforce roster could compete with anybody. These guys could fight on any platform and in any league and be successful. And so if you look at like Jacare, Gegard Musashi, DC, Alice Overeem, he already made the jump. But, if you look at the roster, it's pretty amazing. And, these stars, were either built or we bought them basically from different organizations, or, they became free agents and we negotiated a deal. But really what it was is when we got on Showtime, they really helped us build them into superstars. And they did their part, which they had to fight. But believe me, these guys could fight anybody in the planet, and I feel very good about their chances. And I'm going to be rooting them on when it's time.
What do you think happens to Showtime, Showtime MMA?
Well, I'm sure you talked to Stephen Espinoza, and I've read his interviews, and he's going to continue in mixed martial arts. So he's going to have to, I think, take a look at what's out there. But they are going to continue, and I wish them a lot of luck, and I plan to go to a lot of their fights and support their boxing. I love their boxing shows, and I love Homeland. I want to see it next season, see what's going on. But, that's something you probably ask Stephen about.
Will you ever write a book?
You know what? Some people have asked me that. It's an interesting background. It's an interesting journey, through, like I say, my martial arts career and, having to work for K1 for so many years and starting Strikeforce back and way back even in the 80s, they were doing PK karate above the waist kickboxing. So it's been a long journey, but, I haven't really thought about it seriously. But I'll let you know first.
Okay, I like that. Final thing, I mean, this isn't the end of Scott Coker and MMA. We're going to see you in some form. You're going to be around. You're not sailing off into the sunset. We don't have to sort of, give you your props really fully here. You're going to be around, right?
Yeah, I'm going to be around. I'm going to come support all these guys fighting, in the UFC. But the next time I come to the media center in Vegas, don't say to me, Coker, it's so weird to see you here. Why are you here?
It's kind of weird.
I know you always say that, but you always say it. You're the only guy that says that to me, by the way.
I'll stop bringing it up.
Thank you. I'm starting to get a complex. Yeah. I'm the Strikeforce guy, over here.
Well, not anymore. Now you're a Zuffa guy.
I'm a Zuffa guy, and so we can all hang out and go have lunch.
All right. So from March 2006 to January 2013, the final Strikeforce. This is your final interview as CEO and founder of Strikeforce. Well, founder, you'll always have that, but this is it, right? We're closing the door right here.
Yeah, this is it.
Speak to the people, the loyal fans, the people who made Strikeforce what it was. Tell them what you have to say.
It's been a great journey, and I'm really thankful to all the fans out there that supported Strikeforce, and I'm very thankful to my staff, which did a great job in helping us build this brand over all the years. Because 27 years of being in the fight business, we've had a lot of great people help us out, and it's been a great journey. It's something I've really enjoyed, and I'm looking forward to the next part of the journey, and the journey will go on.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you.